This is the largest sand island in the world, Fraser Island, and I'm going to be exploring it over the next 3 days on 2 wheels. With so much to see and do on the island, this place just keeps bringing me back time after time. But this time, I'm doing things a little bit different. It's my first time heading over to the island on a big twin-cylinder adventure bike, the Yamaha Tenere 700. So knowing that I might have my work cut out for me, I've brought along my good mate Kai from Endeavour Motorcycle Tours on his Gas ES 700 to give me a helping hand, and also show him what Fraser Island is all about. So let's put these bikes to the test, explore this beautiful island, and see if we can stay out of trouble. Let's go. Good morning, two-wheel adventurers. Welcome back to the channel. Here we are, kicking off another Fraser adventure, Noosa North Shore, getting the ferry straight over to get this started. So before we even get to Fraser Island, we've got a beach run up to Double Island Point and Rainbow Beach, which we need to tick off first. It should be a good way to ease into the adventure and just get my sand legs back. Now, I was a little nervous on tackling the soft sand on a bigger bike, but I figure there's only one way to get better at it, and that's just by doing it. So it wasn't too long, and it was time to hit the beaches. Let's get on this beach. Going to be a bit more hard work for me than I'm used to. A bit more physical on the bigger bike. But I think the tide, either it's almost low tide or it's just been low tide, I think. So, might help us out getting up here. So Kai and I had an easy run to start the morning, and we were up to Double Island Point in no time. Now this place can get very busy on the weekends and in the warmer months of the year, but today we pretty much had it to ourselves, which was absolutely unreal. Now the name Double Island comes from early settlers who thought the headland looked like 2 separate islands off in the distance, but of course they were wrong. Now these sandbars that you can see just here, they change all the time, and this time around it looks completely different to the last time that I came through here. I think it's all changed since the cyclone ripped through this area earlier this year. Now we didn't hang around too long as we wanted to make sure we beat the tide over to Rainbow Beach. Yeah, these cliff faces, I guess you can call them, even though they're all just sand. They're so cool, but they're just constantly eroding and falling down, and covers up more of the beach, and the tide comes in, and yeah, it does look cool. It looks very cool. Looks like we might be okay to get through here. Sometimes you get all these logs and sticks and whatnot blocking the way, but so far, going good. Big Tenere's loving it as well. It's actually really handling the sand well. I'm actually pretty impressed. Like I said before, it is harder work in those tracks as you get on and off the beach, but gets the job done. So we beat the tide and made it up to Rainbow Beach. We dropped in for a quick fuel stop, and then it was time to keep on going and make our way to the barge to get over to Fraser Island.
Yeah, buddy.
One of the guys working on the barge here on the ferry, he did say you'd probably take the inland track if you're didn't want to battle this, but you see all these sand dunes here at the back, how tall they are. That is from the cyclone that we had earlier this year, in February I think it was. I haven't been here since last year, and those dune walls there at the back where the surf gets to, they were not that high along this point. Some of those back there are like 5-6 meters high, and from memory last time it might have maybe been 2 meters. So the cyclone has definitely left its mark up through here and knocked away some of the sand. But that's what nature does. But it'll bring itself back eventually. It'll all go back to how it was. I need to look at this beach like a racer. That guy is just like taking the short lines. I should have went up there. I'm fixated on all the car ruts, and I'm just like sticking in one. So if you've followed the channel for a while, you'll know my history with the police over here on Fraser Island, but this was nothing more than a random breath test stop. So we had a good chat with the fellas, got a little bit of information about what areas of the island were actually open, as the information that I got online was a little bit confusing, so some local knowledge goes a long way. We had a quick lunch stop in Yurong before we continued punching it north. Our accommodation for the night was just north of Eli Creek, a creek that at high tide can become a little bit deep, so I wanted to make sure we got through that before the high tide came in later in the afternoon.
There she is, Eli Creek. This is the one. That's one way to do it. Just like that. Yeah, there's like an actual creek that goes up where all those cars are, and people go in there and float down on like blow up pool toys and stuff.
And that's fresh water coming out, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, if you get on a good day and you float down there, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, shipwreck.
Yeah, we'll stop up there and have a look. So if you didn't know, these cones are on the beach at a few spots because they have aircraft just like this that lands on the beach. I gather just flies people in to check out the island, but I don't think I've ever seen one actually landed and sitting here. So keep an eye out if you see the cones. You don't want to be landed on as you ride along the beachfront. But here is the old shipwreck.
What's the story behind this, do you know?
I think it was a like a medic ship, and it was being towed, I think, to maybe back to Japan or something, like because it was broken. And then
warship.
yeah, like it was used in the war as like a medic ship, and it was getting towed, and a big storm, like swell hit, broke the tow rope, and then it just floated in here, and they just left it.
There you go, eh?
I'm pretty sure that's what the story is. It's cool when you get it on an even lower tide and you can walk in it and everything.
Yeah.
With that quick history lesson out of the way, it was a short run up the beach to where we were staying for the next 2 nights. It was still early in the afternoon, so we checked in, dumped some luggage off the bikes, and then headed straight back out for some more riding, and off on our way to check out a lookout that overlooks one of the island's sand blows.
That was terrible. I should have took these pillion pegs off too. My boot just got stuck on one then. Foot sent me down the second time. Oh man. I'm having a hard time here. Oh jeez. Trying to get my weight back, get the front a bit lighter because there's just all the weight on the front. Kai's up ahead of me, he's going. This sucks. Oh. Oh. It sucks even more. Man, it's heavy picking it up. Don't want to do that again.
Now the bigger bike was a bit of a handful for myself on these inland tracks, but I kept persisting and eventually I was getting the job done and slowly getting a little bit more comfortable as I went. Now this right here is the Knife Blade Sand Blow. It's the largest sand blow on Fraser Island. These dunes are hundreds of meters high and the whole system stretches a few kilometers inland as well. Now it's moving around a meter further inland each year as the wind brings in more and more sand. It's definitely a cool lookout to come and check out, and it was a great spot to finish off an awesome first day here on the island. We slowly started making our way back to what would be our home for the next couple of nights. We settled in to watch the sunset and just get ready for plenty more action tomorrow.
Well, good morning everybody. Day 2, and we're hitting neutral. That's what we're doing. Just a quick little splash and dash down here at the shop. I forgot to fill up yesterday when we got back, but well, when I got back, you guys wouldn't have seen, but Kai came back a fair bit later than me. He went across to the other side of the island. Done well, but quick fuel up. We're heading north. Beautiful. Nice to see some blue sky. If you want to go ahead of me or whatever, feel free. But we're just on this for a little bit, and then we get to you'll end up coming to a headland, and there's like a track that goes in and around it.
Yeah, good. No, I'll just cruise along.
Yeah.
It's all good, man.
Righto.
So our plan for day 2 was to get as far north as possible. The top of Fraser Island is absolutely beautiful, so you can't come here without going to the top. We'd have to get through the Nagala Rocks section on our way there, which should offer a bit of a challenge, at least for me anyway. Then if we had enough time, we wanted to head over to the west side to a spot that I haven't even explored before. The skies were clearing and it was looking to be an awesome day.
I was worried about that dingo back there.
Yeah, did it jump in front of you or was it just laying down?
Laying down. I was kind of whipping along. I thought it was like a piece of timber. Then it started to move. And I was worried that it would go like to your direction and the car. Poor thing's gonna get run over.
No.
I don't think I would have. I could have missed it, but I was worried someone else was going to clean it up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's soft. Second gear power. Oh, lovely. Gotta love Fraser Island. It's absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at that. It is a postcard. So we don't have very far, just to cruise up here from Indian Head up to where the Champagne pools are. Go and pull up there and go and have a look, see what it looks like after the cyclone, but I'm willing to bet that it's going to be just full of sand, but you never know.
This is the Champagne Pools, a great spot to hang out in the warmer months, but being the middle of winter for us, there was no chance that we were going in the water here today. We had a quick look around though, and then we continued on. We decided to stop in at Waddy Point to have a quick look around as well. It's a spot that I've always just gone straight past on my previous adventures here on the island, so it was really cool to drop in and check it all out. But for me, the anticipation was starting to build to see how I would go getting the big bike through Nagala Rocks.
Down near the water, got all these little mounds to get over, get some air, have some fun. So we rip our way north. How good. Nagala Rocks, here we come.
So Nagala Rocks is a short inland track that gets you to the other side of a rocky outcrop. It's basically the only option if you want to get to the most northern point on the island. Now I have heard that you can get around it on an extremely low tide, but I'm yet to see it whenever I've come through here. It's not a challenging track by any means, but it is known to have very soft sand. It's mainly an issue for the four-wheel drives and not so much bikes. Keep that power on, keep the momentum going, and you should be right. At least that's my theory. Kai decided to head over first, and he really made light work of all of this on the gas. Kai had that much fun, he decided to turn around and come back over to the side I was on so he could ride along with me just in case I needed a hand getting through. I was pretty confident that I'd be okay. It might not be pretty, but I'll be getting through one way or another on the big T7. Oh my god. So soft. I just have to waddle through. What can you do? Well, that wouldn't have looked pretty. I just could not get the speed up I needed to be able to stand up on this big girl. Doesn't matter, I'm through. This is what it is. We'll keep on going. Probably send it to the top, I'd say, so we can come back down and have lunch at Orchid. This is it. Probably my favourite spot in Australia, I'd have to say, maybe even the world. The very tip top of Fraser, Sandy Cape, an absolutely beautiful spot, and it just feels like you're the only one here sometimes, because that Gala Rock section puts a lot of people off. So you can only see me and Kai up here at the moment, so it might just be us. Oh no, take it back, full drive over there. But that's okay. It is absolutely beautiful. It does not get old, ever. That is for sure. It's nice here though, so good.
How far past here do you normally go?
You can only get to where the lighthouse gate thing is, so.
Yeah, right.
But last time when the tides, like, see at that point where all those trees are?
Yeah.
That's, like, we had to wait for the tide to get down so low so we could get out from out there. So, I don't know, we can run up and see how far we can go, and then...
Yeah, I guess so.
Just gonna putt up around here and see where we can get to. I know last year, as the tides were up, couldn't really get around this point because we got trapped in there camping. Had to wait for hours. Another dingo, 2 dingoes. Hey pups. I'll just wait here for a second because I'm pretty sure he's not going to get too far, even though he is an enduro machine. He'll probably find a way around, but eventually the water will be up too far and I don't think he'll be able to do it. So it's probably not worth me going up there to follow, but man, it's so good up here, untouched. Beautiful.
So unfortunately we couldn't get any further around here due to that incoming tide, but what a place to sit back, have a quick snack or two before we need to start making our way back down south. It really did feel like we had the island to ourselves up here, but we couldn't stick around here forever. We had some more tracks calling our name for the afternoon. We had a quick chat here with some other adventurers on their own Fraser mission, which was cool to see. In not too much time at all, we made it back down to Nagala Rocks and we got through there again, and we eventually ended up at Orchid Beach for some lunch at the Driftwood Bar, and then we would set our sights on the west coast.
Well, as you can see, we've just filled up. We had a bite to eat here too, which was really, really good. And it's early days, so we're not heading back south yet. We're going to go across on an inland track. Whoa, if I can manage to get out of here, to Wathumba Creek. It's about a 14-15k run across. So I don't know how I'll go, don't know what the track will be like. Right, we're into it. I told Kai if he feels like it, just go ahead, because he's probably going to be setting a faster pace than me along here. Through the chop. Let's go west coast, where are you? you look here to the right, which I try and do while I navigate the sand, but this is a side of Fraser you just don't get to see unless you do these inland tracks, so you kind of have to do it. But it's got the awesome beaches and coastline, but even inland it's got some of the coolest bush going around. That in there looks like a pretty low area, like it might be a bit of a sort of a marshland type setup maybe, but it's pretty big, just keeps going on and on. Finally got around those cars and here we are. Oh, how wide is the sand? You look like you're a castaway or something. You're stranded.
Just laying back here, it's like this is just magic.
It's nice, isn't it?
I'm so glad we made the journey over here to the west coast. West really is best here on Fraser Island. The sand is wider, the water is clearer. It's just absolutely amazing to look at. It was a really great view to finish off our day. We'll at least finish off the exploring for the day. We obviously still had to head back east and then down the coast to our accommodation, which is a fun ride in itself. Everything was going well, but I decided to have a little bit of a mishap in the soft sand just before we were done for the day.
Oh my god. Well, I just came off in a big way. Holy dooly. Oh, it's so soft on here. Got swirly, as you can see. Backed off power and it literally just spat me right there. Bike went down, I went over the bars. The bike overall is okay, like it's landed in sand, so it shouldn't be damage anyway. I'm just waiting because it's hot, so letting it cool off a bit. Only thing is, the thing I broke early today broke off again, bent the bar a little bit, the brake lever, sorry. I'll have to readjust this, but can fix all that up. But man, that hurt.
Well, with that little mishap now out of the way, I decided to take things nice and slow back to the accommodation. I gathered myself up, caught back up with Kai, and I just cruised on in to finish the day off. Not the best way to finish the day, that's for sure, but it was still an awesome one all the same. And with still one more day to go, I'd be ready tomorrow to get some redemption on that soft sand.
That's not going anywhere, so they say. Good morning, everybody. Final day here on Fraser, day 3. Just coming down to get some fuel before we head off. Go and see Lake Mackenzie on our way off. And then we keep going south to the barge. Oh, it's even a mission just to get here to the fuel. Made it. Let's go. The sun is shining mostly, so we should be right.
Now, to get to Lake Mackenzie, you do have to battle some of the inland tracks. We are here for an adventure after all, so we chose a slightly longer way to get there. We had to make a quick dash down the east coast before we would start heading inland, and I think Kai was a little bit worried that I would get too hot from working hard on the big Tenere on those inland tracks to come. So being the good mate that he is, he decided to try and keep me cool. Now, he does claim that this was an accident, but I'm not too sure. What do you all think? Let me know down in the comments below. Maybe if I can catch the guy one day, I'll try and get some payback. But I didn't have time to worry about being wet. In no time at all, we were off the beaches and into the inland tracks once again.
Such a nice ride through this inland track. Super rainforesty feel. Just know that the inland tracks, they are obviously a lot worse as you get onto them. So if you start one and you think, oh, it's just too much, try and push it on a little bit further So once you get into in here where the cars are just sort of stuck to the one line, it does usually get a little bit easier for the most part. So don't let the entrances turn you off coming in here, because this part that I'm on here is reasonably hard packed at the minute, so give it a go. A little hill climb. Go the big girl. Oh, corners, not our strong point. Oh, this bit's soft. Whew. Nice track though, isn't it?
Yeah, I rate it. Let's try and do a bit of luggage shuffle.
You're right.
The inland tracks were definitely worth the effort once again, and it was a great ride which eventually brought us to the famous Lake Mackenzie. We took a quick stroll down to take a look, and it was actually pretty quiet compared to usual. But once again, it was way too cold for us to be having a swim, so we didn't hang around too long. A short ways down the track from Lake Mackenzie, we came to what's known as Central Station. Now, Central Station is what's left of an old logging camp and forestry station here on the island, and it was a central hub for logging operations here on the island up until around the late 1950s when logging was stopped. It was a great spot to stop in at and get to know a little bit of history from the island. So from here, Kai and I split up just for a little while. I took the shortest way out to the beachfront, while Kai would explore some more inland tracks past a few inland lakes, and then we'd meet up further south before we headed to the barge off the island. Now, I know my route was shorter here, but I'm still claiming victory on this one.
Come on, lost soldier.
Mate, I'm so much faster than you. I've been here like 20 minutes.
Have ya?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a look at the lake and stuff, and it's nice for there, eh? Super nice.
Sadly though, it wasn't too much longer and we arrived at the barge ready to leave Fraser Island. We'd had an unreal time over here and seen a fair bit of the place over the last couple of days. I'm sure it won't be the last time I visit this awesome adventure destination. But we still had more riding to do to finish off the day. We had to get back to our start point, which meant more sand riding, and the tide was up pretty high at this point. This meant that there would be plenty of soft stuff for me to battle to finish off the rest of the day.
Quick pit stop. I forgot how long this beach is. Still got another about 45 k's to get back to the car, so probably another 40 k's of the beach. Forgot how far it just kept going and going. We're getting there. Come on, baby. Yeah, we're running out of hard pack sections. Tide's coming in, so I'm pretty much racing the tide. Not that we won't have the room to get around, but I want to just cruise. There we go. I must have been way off. I thought we had like 90 k's to get back, but I'm almost back off the beach. I just stopped to have a break, but the end is near. Maybe I can push just a little bit more, but I'm struggling. I'll be honest, this part is not great. Best I can really do is try and follow one of these car ruts and just stick to it and hope it just helps me out. Oh. I can safely say I've never been happier to get off the damn beach. Oh, those last 5 k's or so have just destroyed me.
Tough going?
Hey?
Tough going?
Yeah, it was. It's sad that the sand riding has come to an end, but on the other hand, I'm actually pretty happy at the minute because I was getting ragdolled in those last 5Ks or so, just super soft, no hard sand to talk about at all. The big girl made me work for it, but it is sad that the trip is coming to an end. Well, that of course is the end of another epic adventure over to Fraser Island for me. This trip had absolutely everything once again, and I really hope you all enjoyed that one because I certainly did. Fraser Island is up the top of adventure destinations for me, so if you haven't been yet, get some sand riding practice in and go and check it out. You really won't regret it. A big thanks to Kai for coming along on this adventure and lending me a helping hand when I did need it, and a thanks to Yamaha Australia as well for the Tenere for this trip. She was a handful in the sand for me at times, but the bike itself performed flawlessly as usual. And lastly, a big thanks to all of you for tuning in to watch these videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff before you go. I really appreciate it so much, and it helps the channel grow, which means we can keep bringing you these sorts of adventures. Don't forget as well to check out the video's description down below before you go. Support my partners and grab yourself some merchandise or a GPX file if you want to head out on your own adventure. Make sure you ride safe on your own two-wheel adventures, and I'll see you all soon.